Welcome to JHart Modelworks and the first update on my Tamiya Nissan 240ZG buddy build with Shawn from the Scale Model Car Guy channel. Welcome to my workbench. Let's get started. Hey guys, Justin here with JHart Modelworks. It is time for the first update on the Tamiya 240ZG buddy build with my friend Shawn from the Scale Model Car Guy channel. Shawn is so much further ahead than I am. Initially, I kind of planned or played with the idea of doing this as a build series, as a full-on build series. I have all the footage for painting the body, but, so I have all the footage, but it's Friday. There's no way I'm editing 4 hours of video, 4 or 5 hours of video, and doing voiceover and all that by Saturday. It's just not going to happen. I may not even get this one out by Saturday. We'll see. So the decision has been made for me that this is not going to be a build series. This is a buddy build. Buddy builds are for me, and it's just me having fun with my buddy building the car. So I am going to go ahead and do this as a series of weekly updates, just showing you guys the progress of where we're at and how things are coming. However, I am going to continue to film as if I'm building a build series video. I'm going to store all that footage, and then at some point down the line, I may get around to editing it into a full build series and posting that up later on the channel. But for right now, it's just going to be weekly build update style videos. With that said, let's go ahead and get this turned around to the bench and let's take a look at where we're at. Alright guys, here we are back at the bench, and we are playing with a new camera angle, so please let me know in the comment section if you like this angle or not, what your thoughts are on it. I'm not entirely sure about it yet, but the top down view can be a little boring sometimes, and this view may get you a little closer to the actual action. So I thought this might be a good view to try out, maybe on a video or two or even a series. So definitely let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, I do want to go ahead and start this video out with an apology to Tamiya. That's right, I have maligned Tamiya and I need to apologize. Some, not all, of their individual pieces have some actual justified thought processes. Where I said this cowl could be glued in, this cowl cannot. The glass glues in here on this top rail, and then this front cowling kind of comes in right over the glass. So that's why those are separate. It doesn't make sense. Now what I did was I did the primer, and then I masked this section off with some Tamiya tape, and then I put some double-sided sticky tape in between and glued that in place. I also, because this is a separate part that goes on the front end, I just threw some Tamiya tape underneath it from the underside and glued that right in the space, in the hood space. Because if you've ever sprayed candies, you know that a big part of a candy color paint job is consistency. If you are spraying one part lighter than other parts, there's a good chance that your individual parts may not come out matching. When you're dealing with body panels, that's very noticeable. So I did paint the hood separate, and it did come out really nice, and it does match really well. But that being said, I did go ahead and paint this little piece taped to the body. Just right in like that. Because the more pieces you have as one part, the more consistent you'll be when you're spraying them. Our firewall, which when I did the firewall, I had this taped in place from the back side. That way, again, it would match up with the chassis. And then once, after I clear coated it and let it dry for about 24 hours, I went ahead and split that back up. There's some parts that need to be glued into place before that actually gets glued in. Speaking of the chassis, the engine bay looks fantastic. I'm very happy with the engine bay. I also went and painted up the strut braces on the chassis. There are a couple of places on the underside of the chassis where I sprayed the candy orange just a little heavy. And by a little heavy, I mean a lot of heavy. And you can kind of see where it ate the silver a little bit. It didn't actually craze the plastic, but it did kind of eat the silver base a little. And you got some kind of dark spots, but that's okay, because most of this is going to be covered with spare tire and the fuel tank and things like that. There's going to be some exhaust covering some of this, and I may weather it. We'll see. It's not something that I'm concerned enough about that I'm going to strip it. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I'm still really happy with it. This orange is just amazing. I am super happy with how that came out. It's the underside of our hood, and I should have filled these. I didn't. Kind of kicking myself. There's about 5 of those little sink marks. I may go back and fill them, but having these photo etch pieces already in place, it's going to be a pain to mask off. But we will see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I fix them. Maybe I don't. It's all okay. Something else that I have been doing. There's a Nissan badge that's supposed to sit down in there, and it's just a decal. It's just a flat decal. I have gotten my 3D printer up and running, and it works. And I've figured out how to get it to print consistently. So my very first personally molded scale parts are just some cylinders. I originally painted 4. I originally built 4, and I've already lost 2. That's why I make spares. But what this is this is just a little disc that's going to sit. It's 2.5 millimeters wide. It is about a 0.5 millimeter tall, if that. It's literally going to sit in that hole just like that. The Nissan badge will go on top, and that'll make it look like the actual raised hood ornament instead of just looking like a decal sunk down into the hood. I think that's going to give me a more realistic look. So that's what I've done with that. What else do we got? A radiator core support. I don't really care that much if this part doesn't match up with the rest of the body. It's almost never going to be seen. Even when you're opening up the hood, you're really only going to see the top. So, not that big of a deal. We also painted all of the gunmetal gray body panels. This is actually about 3 parts that have all been glued together. When I was laying these out to do this video, I was freaking out because I couldn't find this top piece anywhere, and I thought I had lost it. And then I remembered that I had actually glued this all together as one assembly. Which, by the way, if you're building this kit, do not glue this all together as one assembly. You can actually glue this piece and this big piece together. Don't glue this piece to this. And the reason why is that this piece gets completely covered. There's another bumper piece that's going to completely cover this piece. So while this piece does say it needs to be painted gunmetal, there's absolutely no reason to paint this gunmetal. It's never going to be seen. What you can do instead is to glue that piece to the bottom of the body. So ignore the rest of this down here, but just glue this top piece to the bottom of the body. And you can glue this piece in place. And at that point, you can actually spray this all together one color and get your matching body colors without having any kind of concerns about having paint color that doesn't match up because you didn't spray them all together at the same time. You can actually spray it all together at the same time. I didn't. Hindsight is 2020. That's why I'm passing these tips on to you. We have our battery tray. I did not paint the top part of the battery because it's literally just a box. And I kind of don't like it. You guys know that I'm kind of fond of Optima batteries. So what I am most likely going to end up doing is either scratch building or 3D printing an Optima battery. I think I very well may be lazy and 3D print them because I'm having so much fun with my 3D printer. I really am. I made the little circles. Ooh, little bitty circles. And I've been buying a bunch of... My wife is going to cut me off, but I've bought several wheel sets. Now the kit wheels are 17s and these wheels are 19s, but I know how to scale them down. So I actually produced a set of 17-inch ADV ones, which fit perfectly into the Tamiya tires. I have also 3D printed some Weber carbs, some side draft Weber carburetors that I'm toying with the idea of doing triple Webers instead of using the kit carburetors. And I also have scratch built a fuel splitter. This is my own design. I know, 4 circles in a rectangle. But the idea is that this is going to have some braided line running to the fuel pump. And then these 3 will run to the carburetors. And will actually get drilled in to the side of the carbs there. We'll see how that works out. And I also, I didn't scratch build this one. I did buy this. I've been buying a lot of stuff off of Colts 3D. I think I bought like 11 wheels and some 3 tires, and I've been having a blast with the 3D printer. But this is an oil catch can. If I get rid of the kit carburetors, I will also end up getting rid of the kit air cleaner, which means that my PCV hose, my PVC hose, PVC? PCV. Anyhow, the hose that catches the oil and the air pressure and relieves it out into the air cleaner will no longer have an air cleaner to go to, so I will instead reroute that to an oil catch can. That's just kind of something I'm playing with. So these little top things kind of have a little filter in them. They're kind of cool. So that's kind of where I've been playing with. I've been wasting a lot of time 3D printing. I 3D printed a set of Halibran wheels for Chris over at CD Scale Models and a set for Shawn over at the Scale Model Car Guy channel. Go check out Shawn. This is a buddy build with Shawn. The link will, of course, be down in the description below. We have our over fenders, and these are not marked. And they are, when I painted them, I marked them which one was which. And so I've got them in my project box in an individual little corner for each one of these, so I can keep track of which one they are, because they are handed and they are different front to back. But that's kind of cool. We also have our spoiler. So I'm kind of excited. I'm excited about the body. I'm having a blast with the build. Anyhow, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Again, let me know what you think about this camera view. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Is it too zoomed in? Just give me some general feedback. I'm always looking to improve the videos for you guys. Also, like I said, I am going to go ahead and continue videoing as if I'm going to do a video build. We'll see what happens with that footage later. But for now, it is just going to go ahead and do the updates. And I'm going to go ahead and start moving on towards working on that engine. Anyhow, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Go check out Shawn at the Scale Model Car Guide channel. Keep watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Later. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Also, feel free to leave comments, feedback, critique, or anything else in the comment section below. I enjoy interacting with all my viewers in the comment section and try to reply to all the comments I receive. If you want to catch future videos, please consider subscribing to my channel and make sure you click the bell notification icon so you can be notified when I upload new videos. As always, thank you for watching, keep modeling, and have a great day.